the best receiver in the game.
3 straight division titles now. We'll say that it's kind of pretty. Is this one a little bit extra just because it's part of the bucket list and we want to check off?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the next progression in our goal. Obviously, playoffs, division title. We know what the next one is. So, got a couple more games to put our best foot forward and just try to go execute to the best of our ability.
How did things go up front with Bates? Snapping to you, and we'll have to step in for a little bit, but just how the functionality of everything went.
Yeah, he batted his tail off to get back out there. I appreciate him for sticking through it and playing a little hurt. It's not easy to do, and going GBR, kicking over to the center and getting Ike back involved, and it was good to see him back out there, given the road that he's been having. So proud of him for all the work that he's put in to be out there with us, and be able to give us another piece. And love that guy. He works his tail off. He really does. So I'm proud of him for doing that. But obviously Bates getting back in there, and I thought our line did an exceptional job today.
Josh, what was the toughest part about trying to throw today? Was it just the cold, or was it the wind?
Yeah, it's not so much the cold as it was the wind. Like I said, it just gusts. You don't know really where it's coming from. Sometimes the flags are blowing one way, the next they're blowing the opposite way. So again, just trying to find actually some of the shorter completions and being able to drive it obviously down the field deep. You're not going to have much success. Again, just kind of judging where the ball's going to land and where it's going. So just got to be better again. Decision wise, obviously that first interception wasn't great decision. And the second one, the wind just kind of was right in the face, and I didn't get the nose of the ball down. It just kind of sailed on our back there. So I can live with the second one. The first one, just a bad decision. I gotta find a way to, get it to our check down there and move on and live to fight another day.
Two more, and when you turn your back and you hand it off, but when you turn around and you still see one of your guys still running, just the way those guys were able to finish runs.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. They ran it so hard. And we've been, hoping for a performance like that for a while, and to get our O-line going like that and opening holes, and they were super excited and happy about that. Obviously, like rush yards are stats for them too. And they take that to heart. So I thought our guys ran the ball extremely hard, got first downs when they needed to. I thought they were good out of the backfield in the pass game as well. I think that 3rd and 8 that Naeem had a little spin move. That was one of the biggest plays of the game, in my opinion. Allowed us to get a first down there, and we scored on that possession. So, proud of how our guys played today.
How much has James Cook progressed since training camp up until this point?
Yeah, he's progressed a lot. He's learned a lot. Obviously, the speed of the game, it seems like it's coming more natural for him now. He's understanding, our concepts, what we're asking for him, and to have a little bit of a change of pace back that could hit a hole and really go. It's exciting. And again, he's just kind of quiet. He puts his head down. He works. He doesn't complain much. He's just happy to be making plays for us.
All right. We'll Zoom, Grace.
All right. Matt will have our next question.
Hey, Josh. I know this is year 5 in the NFL, but you've obviously been playing football for a long time. Have you ever remembered a year or a season where there has just been such an impact by weather, whether it's moving games, whether it's impacting travel, or whether it's just really inclement weather during the actual game itself?
Yeah, that's the nature of the business that we play in, especially up in Buffalo, and playing some of these northeastern teams. You're going to have to deal with weather in late November, December, and January. So it is what it is at this point. Obviously, we wish we could be getting home tonight, obviously with Christmas tomorrow. But going to try to, spend as much quality time with the guys as we can, and try to take our minds off that, I guess. So we'll find ways to adjust and overcome that.
Knowing obviously you would rather be getting home for the holiday, does this kind of stuff bring teams closer together, all the chaos that you've dealt with this year?
I definitely think so. And again, it's waves of adversity that you have to overcome, and it's a chance to get better and learn from it. If everything's peachy and roses, sometimes you don't learn that way. So to have some adversity hit, and again, earlier in the season, we're finding ways to win right now. I think it's a microcosm of our season, all the weather, travel, all of that stuff. So things don't go your way. You got to just move on and focus on the next thing that you can control.
Well, thanks, Josh. Safe travels. Happy holidays.
Thank you, man.
Hey, Josh, just to follow up on something you had said in one of your previous comments about getting Steph more involved. I mean, can you just take me into that a little bit? Teams obviously try and take him away. Talk to me about how you respond to that and maybe this offense's ability to dictate to get him the football more frequently.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, right, we want to utilize all of our weapons. And, you know, when you throw it, I think we threw it 25 or 26 times. Only completed 16 balls, so obviously want to complete more. But you divvy that up between 4 or 5 guys. You know, I think Gabe had 3 catches, Dawson had 2 or 3, Diggs had 2, Motor had 2. Like spreading the ball around is obviously when we're at our best. But you know, as many times I can target 14 and get him the ball, get him running, get him going, because he's such a special talent. We want the ball in his hands. It's no secret, you know, the type of player and person that he is. So again, whether it's moving him around, you know, the last thing I want to do is force feed someone when it's not there. You know, I want to continue to try to find, you know, the right guy to throw it to. But being more detailed and, you know, scheming him up, whether it's at 1, 2, or 3, motioning him, getting off coverage. There's so many different ways that you can do that. And obviously I'll talk with Doris and figure out how we can best do that moving forward. But at this time, I'm not panicking or freaking out about it. You know, he's had such a great year this year, and he's helped us get to this point right now. We wouldn't be where we're at without him. I know sometimes games like this can be frustrating because he is so good and he wants the ball. And as a quarterback, I want to get him the ball. So again, we'll learn from it. We'll move on from it, and you know, go from there.
All right, Josh, thank you. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys get home real as soon as possible, safely.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
J.A. Mookie Arcus, Waffle Sports 1080, man. 3 in a row. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mook. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, NFL record for most total touchdowns in the player's first 5 seasons. You break the Dan Marino mark, man. How special is it to break such a record of Dan Marino?
I mean, to be mentioned in the same breath as him, that's pretty cool. At the end of the day, though, like that's the least of, you know, what I wanted to do. You know, I gotta continue to find ways to be better for this team. And there's a couple times I didn't do that tonight. A few throws I wish I had back. So again, just learning, growing, trying to be the best quarterback, football player I can be for the Bills. How
much did the run game help the passing game out today?
It helped a lot. I mean, they relieved a lot of pressure. You know, skipping a lot of third downs. And yeah, when you can hand the ball off and, you know, tote the thing for 40, 50 yards and score touchdowns, that, you know, that makes everybody happy. I'm proud of our guys, our running backs, for running the way they did. It's good to see them get some results like that. They've been working their tails off all season long. Good to get those guys going.
2 games to go, man. Safe travels, my guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, all that good stuff.
Evan, first ball carrier to over 100 yards for the Bills this season. What worked today? Obviously, the offensive line looked like it did a good job.
That was the main thing. The O-line, it was making big holes for us. All I had to do was run and make one guy miss.
What did it feel like you run on the field? The cold, the wind?
Yeah, it was cold. The grass felt like concrete. So at times it was kind of hard to get your footing, but it was still fun.
What do you think of James Cook development, like from training camp all the way to now? How far is he progressed?
Keeps getting better and better each week. And that's what it's about.
What did that mean for you guys to get 99 yards and great job?
That one hurt. I wish he got 100 today, but it just means we're moving in the right direction.
Do you know how close he was to it towards the end of the game?
Yes, we knew we was trying to get him that 100. We just fell 1 yard short.
Did he feel that at all? Or like, are you more upset about that than he is?
I think I am.
Or last year down the stretch, licked into gear last month of the season. You kind of feel like that same thing is materializing here as you come down to the end of the regular season.
Yeah, in a way. Like I say, it's right on time, bro. It's right on time.
how much was that emphasis to get the right game going because of having it strong at the end of the season, but also how much was the weather factors?
It wasn't a big factor. It was just the flow of the game. That's just how it went. We always trying to run the ball when we have to. So it's been like that all year. So it was just the flow of the game, and that's just how it played out today.
Said the day that you and James had without Mitch Morris in front of you, what does that say about the offensive lines for today?
Yeah, that's just brothers having each other back, next man up mentality, and just making it happen. Yeah, Big Spinks came around. He got a big block. Everybody, the rest of the offensive linemen blocked everybody down, and I was one-on-one with the safety. All I had to do, that was my job, beat the safety. Everyone else did their job, and all my job was to beat the safety, and I was able to do that. And that's big time because it's hard to do that. But like you said, it's the third time. We don't take that for granted at all.
All right, Grace.
All right, Mookie, we'll have our first question.
Motor, Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports 1080, man. Congratulations, 3 in a row.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that.
Hey, how comfortable was you to know that, today that they were going to ride on you and James Cook to get the job done out there today?
Very, very confident, very, very ready to go. Whenever they call our numbers, we're always ready to go. And we was able to get the win today and get our hats and shirts.
No doubt, but the way they ran you, normally you're running outside zone or you're running inside zone. Today, they pretty much attack the edges. You know what I mean? Is it strong? Is it true to say that you're more comfortable running downhill more off the edges than outside zone?
To be honest, man, I don't mind what I run. I'm ready to do whatever. Inside, outside, that's just what comes, with being a running back. So I'm ready to do whatever.
No doubt, my guy. Merry Christmas, safe travels.
Yeah, same to you, bro.
Hi, Devin. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Coach McDermott constantly preaches, do your 111th. How important is that message to you and to go out there and do your 111th?
Very important, because you doing your 111 is you having your brother's back and, doing what you're held accountable to do, and that's your job. So it means a lot. It's very important to me.
And we heard you guys are spending the night in Chicago, have to spend the night in Chicago. Any idea what you guys are going to do?
Man, it's just going to be a lot of chilling with the fam, the family away from the fam. So no big plans or anything, just enjoying this one for 24 hours and trying to get back to Buffalo.
All right, Devin. Thanks so much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. And it's coming in. Nope.
And Alder.
It's all good.
Fields was priority number one.
Yep.
You guys did a heck of a job kind of containing him. How hard was it to kind of be disciplined in tackling techniques? Because you want to dive at him and nail him, but it looked like you guys did a good job of breaking down and not letting him escape.
Now, first things first, they took one of my sacks away. So if y'all can get that back for me, I appreciate that. But he runs around a lot, but we caught him in the pocket a couple of times where he was just sitting there holding the ball. And that's what you got to do to him. You can't let him get out, collapse on the outside, and just keep him in the pocket. If you try to chase him down, he's liable to, do anything. But if you can keep him in that pocket and kind of contain him, you can get him down.
So what with that in mind, what do you say about your edge guys?
They really, especially on both of my sacks, he wasn't able to get outside and get running yet. So, and even on AJ's sack, he wasn't able to get outside and get running. So, if you can catch him before he processes it and realizes that it's breaking down, you can get him down. When he gets out there in open field, it's anybody game then.
What about picking up the offense. They have 3 turnovers. You guys only allow a field goal
Right.
on those 3 turnovers. Like, what's the mindset going back out there? One time you have to go right back out after a 4th down stop.
I mean, just sudden change. We know they got our back, and vice versa. And when adversity hits, that's what makes a good team good. Like, some teams would have just laid over and just said, okay, well, they got good field position. We're just gonna go ahead and let them score, but not this group of guys. And I mean, it's no question. Not this group of guys. We're gonna fight for every inch.
As you mentioned, adversity, this team's had some weird stuff outside of games this season.
Right.
Moving the game from here early, now staying
Right.
here tonight. What is it like just navigating all of that on top of getting ready?
I mean, you would say it's difficult, but just things like that happening to this team that just brought us closer together. It's made us spend more time together. We had to lean on each other more. I mean, we went and go play in Detroit 2 times, and both of those games were close. I mean, we just scratching and clawing just to pull out a win, and winning under, I mean, in this circumstance, we just pulling out wins, and that just brings everybody closer together.
What did you think of, you're happy for Tim getting on the ball,
Right.
Getting the fumble recovery, so you guys went all the way down to the end zone.
Tim do his little dance, and I was upset that when he first got the ball, he didn't do his dance. I feel like he got one of the best celebration dances, but he ended up doing it. But I was just so excited for him just getting that. He also had a big TFL. I think he smashed the running back. So he was coming alive, and that's just what we need out of him.
So when Fields comes in here, 1,000 yards rushing,
Right.
and you guys hold him to 7 carries on 11 yards, what do you call it?
I mean, he had 1,000 yards, right? But I'm not a fan, so I don't check his stats before we go play him. I watch him and I understand that he can run the football. I'm not worried about him having 1,000 yards rushing. I'm looking at him and how he escapes and how he gets out the pocket more so than him worried about him having 1,000 yards. And I heard somebody say he trying to some kind of record he was chasing or something like that. I'm just worried about how he escapes and how can I keep him in the pocket.
All right, Grace. We're gonna go Zoom.
All right, Mookie will have our first question.
Big Ed, Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports 1080, man. That's a nice shirt and hat you got right there.
Right? Fits me well.
Care to talk about how excited were you to sit back on the sideline and watch the run game just dominate and keep you guys fresh?
Hey, I mean, that's just what we need out of these running backs. I mean, they're very versatile. They're very different, but I mean, both of them can get the job done.
How personal did you take it as a defensive front to go out there and dominate the line of scrimmage today?
Well, that's what the games are won up front. So, our D-line had to dominate their O-line, and our O-line had to dominate their D-line for us to get the results that we want.
How much did number 59 give you guys a spark early in the game? Kingsley, yeah.
Yeah, I'm for sure. I know for a fact he took that game personal. Him
Right.
being with the Bears, I think for 10 weeks, I know for a fact, just the look in his eyes, the way he prepared himself, I know for a fact he took this game personal.
All right, my guy. No deep dish pizza out there, just chicken wings, safe travels, and Merry Christmas.
Appreciate it. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, guys.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, reports coming in. That's all you're on.
Where?
On Zoom. You're gonna take questions here first. Then we'll go to Zoom.
Y'all on Zoom didn't want to come to the game?
Couldn't make sense.
Oh,
Around
okay.
me.
All right.
Just the job of your defensive front today, Jordan's taking Fields, you really didn't do a whole lot of anything.
Yeah, I mean, those guys they put in the work. They've been playing like that all season long, and the job they did today to be able to contain a guy like Justin Fields, I mean, it was awesome. It was a fun game to be a part of. Yeah, those guys up front, man, they've been doing that all season long. Obviously, with Bond getting hurt for the rest of the year, a lot of guys have had to be able to step up and make plays. I mean, Ed going crazy, Greg always going crazy. We go down the DQ, go down the whole front. All those guys are stepping up big for us in those days.
Coach said that tackling was noticeably better today. How hard is that to fix when you're at a point in the season where you guys really are heading up in practice? And
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
practicing like you want, but how do you make it so good?
Yeah, I mean, I think just continue to emphasize it, continue to build that mindset. We understood what it was going to be, the type of game it was going to be like, weather game, probably a lot of runs. Obviously, Justin Fields, being able to contain him and just mindset going into it, having to get 11 guys to the ball, being able to tackle, being able to just take your shots because other guys are running to the ball. And I thought we did a solid job tackling today. Yeah, kind of surreal. Our first job's not finished. Yeah, it's awesome to win the AFC East once again. We got a lot of football left to be played. We want to continue to get better. But yeah, I mean, 3 road games in a row. Detroit twice, and then going to New England. I think it was a Saturday night game, Thursday night game, Thursday night game again. Obviously, with the weather this weekend, we left a little early, and now we got to stay out here tonight. So it just shows a lot of the mental toughness that this team has. Being able to deal with adversity, and it just shows that we got a lot of great leaders on this team and a lot of young guys that just bought into everything that we do here. So it's pretty special. Like I said, we got a lot of football left, and we want to continue to get better.
Was there any point on the field, on the sideline, where you were like, "Oh, it's cool,
Yeah, as soon as I walked out on the field today, I felt like, this might be the coldest game we ever played in, but it's a mindset in the day. Equipment guys did a great job getting us ready to play, getting us the right cleats and the right equipment, whatever. Then it just came down to us having the right mindset, going out there and understanding what we had to do and execute it. And like I said, our front, it starts with our front each and every week, and those guys, they held it down up front and makes our job in the back end a whole lot easier.
The division title locked up now. You look ahead, it's not too far, obviously, but the top seed in the conference is still there for you to take. How much would you like to be able to play all your postseason games at home?
That's the goal. I mean, we want teams to come here in the playoffs in front of our fans. I guess not here in Buffalo, in front of our fans. And like you said, we got to take one game at a time and go 1-0 next week. We're going to enjoy this one, especially being stuck here in Chicago tonight on Christmas Eve. We're going to enjoy this victory, get back to our families tomorrow, enjoy the next couple of days. Then we'll come back Wednesday and start preparing for Cincinnati. It's a good football team that we want to go see. And, it's going to be, I think, Monday night game, prime time. It's going to be everybody's watching.
All right, we'll go to Zoom, Grace.
All right, Mookie will have the first question.
All pro Mookie Hawkins, Buffalo Sports 1080, man. Congratulations, 3 straight.
Appreciate you, Mookie. Yes, sir. Appreciate you a lot.
Just talk about the game plan and how important was it to, shut down the run and force them into 3rd and long situations?
Yeah, I mean that's really the game plan going in each week, being able to shut down the run game and force them to be one-dimensional and force their quarterback in situations that he doesn't want to be in. Those 3rd and long, 2nd and long situations, and so I think we had to get a feel for what they were trying to do to us early. We probably expected a little bit more zone read, quarterback keep, quarterback power type runs. But they kept coming back to some of the same runs, and we were able to finally start. After that first drive, we settled down a little bit, and we were able to make some plays on the run game and force them into situations they didn't want to be in.
No doubt. Just care to talk about how exciting was it for you guys to watch the run game thrive and why you guys stay fresh on the sideline?
Yeah, it's always awesome to see our offense just methodically driving down the field and run game open up. Cook and Motor, and Hines, all the ball in their hands are dangerous. The offensive line blocking extremely hard. You saw a lot of receivers out there blocking extremely hard. So it's a great team win. Like I said, a lot of work to be done still, but we're gonna enjoy this one.
Now you've been here since the beginning, and 3 straight AFC Championship titles. That's not good enough. So, how important is home field advantage with 2 games to go?
Yeah, I think it's extremely important. I think in the past we've obviously seen what it's like to have to go on the road and win playoff games, but it is important for us to get that home field advantage, get the crowd at home. In cold weather games, not a lot of people want to come to Buffalo in late January, early February. So, we're going to take one game at a time. We got our eyes in Cincinnati right now.
Congrats once again. Merry Christmas and safe travels.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Mookie.
Jordan, your talking about the offense, you get a front row seat to see Josh Allen every week. When he makes a mistake, when he throws an interception, how confident are you watching him on the sideline, knowing that he can make up for those mistakes?
I'm 100% confident. I mean, he plays the hardest position on the field, and mistakes are going to happen, and it's our job when those mistakes happen as a defense to be able to counter that. And I think he threw a pick late in the game. He probably he probably wants back, but we were able to hold him to a field goal, and we're not worried about he's gonna figure it out, and he's gonna get he's gonna come back and do what he did. He ran a boot for a touchdown to go up 2 scores, and so our job, we don't really necessarily worry about that, but you got to go out there and now counterattack what they just were able to do.
Thanks so much. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, Jordan. Fields never really was able to escape the pocket on scrambles. Just what did you think of the defensive ends, just not getting too far upfield or keeping them in the pocket? And how was that a point of emphasis during the week?
Yeah, of course. I think you saw some of the runs he's had last week and the previous weeks, and just being able to contain him and force him to run lateral, because he's an electric runner where he's able to get downhill in one step and get downhill, and he's even, he's big, he's strong, it's hard to get down, but our front, along with our linebackers, even guys in the secondary making big plays on him out in space. Lalo had a hell of a play out in space on the 3rd down, and so it's plays like that we were able to contain them and hold them. So I don't know how many yards he had rushing, but we
11 yards.
Yeah, shit. He had over 100 last week, so 11 yards. That's pretty damn good.
Thanks. Get home safe.
Thank you.
That's all. Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas.
Grace, that's all for us from the podium.
All right. Thanks, guys. Safe travels.
Be safe.
No problem. You too.